actually did well.
Interesting.
2-0, baby.
Oh, I don't have any money left, so I'm all out. I spent it all.
Spent it all. Went to dinner.
So what they've got right now, they've got Jan Blachowicz at plus 200 against Izzy at minus 255.
Yeah. That's one of those you take a look at it, and that's actually when you're talking champion on champion, and it's the guy that's minus 255 going up into that weight for the second title it's telling you something. They're looking at it, speed and technical prowess in the stand-up. They're believing that Adesanya is going to get the win over Blachowicz. Absolutely possible, but Blachowicz, he's got the power. One shot, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I go, yeah, it's understandable. But again, if I was going to bet on that fight, I think I would go to the over. It's at minus 130, and I'd put money on the over at 2.5 rounds. It's going to go over 2.5 rounds.
Yes, for sure. It's going to go over 2.5 rounds, I believe. I think so too.
Then you have Megan Anderson and Amanda Nunes. Look at the odds on that. Minus 1,100. I think she was a minus 14 against Spencer.
Yeah.
Felicia Spencer. So this one's not as bad.
Best $100.
And Felicia Spencer beat Megan Anderson.
Yeah, I'm going to take Megan Anderson for plus 750.
Love-handed money.
Love it.
Do you remember what you just said a moment ago? Yeah, I lost all that money.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. But you see, I can win it all back with $100. That's the thing.
My bookie wants people like you that go plus 750. I'm throwing $100 on that. Yeah. Come on, man.
I love it. I think it's great.
I'm not telling anyone to put minus 1,100 on anything.
No way. Yeah, that's one of those fights you just want to avoid altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to throw $25-$30 on Megan to see what happens, cool. I'm not saying you got to bet a whole 100, but if you're going to bet like $25-$30, go right ahead. See what you can come up with. You're not out too much, and you can make pretty good money off of it. That's one of those fights to do it on. But to me, that's one of those fights I would just stay away from because how good Amanda Nunes is.
Yep.
You got Aljamain Sterling.
This is a good one.
This is a good one. Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan.
Yeah, and it's that's a good difference in the odds. Minus 130 for the champ and plus 100. Basically, they're saying this is close to just a little over an even fight, man. And Peter Yan at minus 130 or Aljo, either one's a good bet. I look and say Aljo's not going to have an easy time taking Peter Yan down. Peter Yan has got a lot better wrestling than people realize. I can tell you that because I will tell you that there's a guy named Magomed Magomedov who is an outstanding wrestler who in their second matchup had a hell of a time trying to take Peter Yan down. And he's as good a wrestler as Aljamain. And it says a lot about, I'm just going, baby. It says a lot about the defensive wrestling of Peter Yan. He is not an easy man to take down, and he is not an easy man to keep down. So I look at that, and in my opinion, I think Peter Yan gets the win here. And I would, at minus 130, I would put that money to get $100.
Yeah, I would too. I would do the same. I'm surprised that it's this close.
Well, the other one that's kind of surprised, Dominic Cruz is a underdog to Casey Kenny.
That doesn't surprise me though.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
How old's Dom? 36? 37?
Yeah, going to be turning 37.
Yeah, I think he's 36. I think he's 36. He's 35.
Oh.
36 in September.
Yeah, 36 in September.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's
okay.
But still, speed kills. And just
Casey Kenny's
and the
fast.
smaller you are, Casey Kenny's fast. I don't know if
Dominic lives on the ability to take people down.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that he keeps them down. He doesn't even try to keep them down. He takes them down, lands some shots. He wants it back on the feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Casey, and Casey's going to end up pressuring him I don't know. To me, that's a tough fight for Dom. But let's go with Drew Dober against this guy named Islam Makhachev.
You go right ahead and say whatever you want. I'm taking the minus 330 on Islam.
330, aren't you? You know, so would I.
Take my money, baby. Take my money. No, I mean, I just don't see anywhere that Drew Dober can catch him outside of just clipping him, which could happen, but I just don't see it. I mean, Islam's been here since January, training for the fight. He's been at Extreme Couture's and been at Cabrinho's out there in Vegas. He's been here getting acclimated and making sure that he's healthy and has a full camp and he's all set up. He's been here the whole time. So, you know, he's got a crew of guys that are there. He's got Usman, who's fighting here in Bellator here coming up. Could be his brother. He's got little Umar, who's there as well. He's got Abu Bakr, who's there as well. He's got Zuba. Zuba's there as well. And plus all the other guys that actually train at Couture's. He's been working with a couple of those guys as well. On the side, they try to stay away from working out with the team a whole lot because they want to, avoid, just, being basically working with too many guys. But yeah, they keep it their niche, their tight little niche in there. And Javier's been out there, I think, since the end of January, out there holding for them too and training with them. So
we just got back in the States, didn't they?
It could be today or yesterday. I think it was early this morning he got back. Yeah. First time he's been back in a long time. But, a lot of reminiscing for him. But I give Islam the minus 330. But to be honest, John, I don't know if I would take this fight. I don't know if I would bet on this fight at all. I don't bet on my friends, so I wouldn't bet, period.
Well, it's real simple. Does Drew Dober have a chance to win this fight? Of course he does.
Yeah.
Drew's got really good power in his hands. He's got good kicks. He's a tough sumbitch. He's a good fighter. I just think technically he's going to have a hard time with the wrestling ability of Islam. Being able to get up if he ends up being taken down is going to not be an easy prospect for him. He's going to have to give things up to get himself back up. And in those transitions, he can take a lot of damage or he can be submitted. And so it's a tough fight for Drew Dober to win, but I love the fact that he took it and that he's stepping up to say, you know what, I think I can beat you, but I would take Islam with them. I would give the minus 330 if I was going to bet it, but I'm not going to bet it.
Islam, Drew Dober is, I think, faster than Islam, speed-wise. I think in the exchanges, speed-wise, he's probably a little bit faster than Islam. But Islam is the better technical striker, but that doesn't mean anything when someone is faster. Like, you've got to make sure that you keep your hands up on tight. It's going to be, it's close.
But he's not real. There's not a noticeable, it's not like one of those where you're going, oh, he's way faster than him. No,
but what I'm saying though is
maybe faster.
In that first 2 minutes is when it's going to be dangerous.
Yep.
And Islam's one loss came in the first minute and a half or 2 minutes of the fight or something like that, maybe even less. So when you're talking about, like, when I'm saying he's faster, it's going to be that filling out process. If he comes out really hard, Islam's going to have a hard time making that adjustment probably right off the bat. If you go on beyond that, I think the fight just becomes domination. I think Islam is going to dominate him from the top to bottom as the fight slows down 2.5 minutes in. Everywhere, from the feet to the southpaw position to the I just wish I could explain to people how strong he is and how good he is on the ground. His jiu-jitsu is phenomenal.
Yeah, his wrestling's pretty damn good.
Obviously everyone knows his wrestling's really good. When I compare the two of them between Khabib and him, his wrestling and his takedowns are more foot sweeps, trips, ankle picks, different ways he sets up. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of him on YouTube, taking down that wrestler, the high school wrestler from Gilroy High School, who was the California state champ, Chase Saldana. Yeah, he took him down, but he took him down with that little
a wrist whip.
Yeah, it was like, they call it like the Dagestani handcuff or something like that. I don't know what, or not handcuff. No. They call it the Dagestani something like.
They should call it the Dagestani whip.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but anyways, he pulls down on the wrist.
And spun him around.
So he fakes the inside like he's gonna shoot for a takedown, and he has wrist control. When the guy steps back, he basically pulls the wrist down to the ground, and then he swings you out from underneath you. And he swung him right to his back, and I was like, oh god. DC's on there going, man, did you guys get that on film? He's like, yeah, I need that. I want to post that on social media. I want to make this. It was hilarious. I thought it was great. But yeah, his wrestling is really good, but his style of wrestling is a different style of wrestling. Khabib's style is different than his, but both of their wrestling is different than American style wrestling. I know that's going to stir the pot a little bit, you know.
Yeah, but it is. It's just different. International wrestling is different. You go to Russia, it's different. You go to different places. There's just different styles.
Joseph Benavidez versus Askarov.
Yeah, I like Askarov. Askarov, he's good. He's good in the stand-up. And right now, I love Joe Benavidez, but he's just had a couple of setbacks. And when you start having those, confidence starts to wane. And it's this one's a tough one. He's a slight. This is almost, you talk about almost even.
Yeah,
he's slight underdog at -110 to -120, but I would honestly take Askarov if I was going to put money on it.
Yes,
that's why I won't, because I'm going to root for Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to root for Joe as well. All right, well, hey, that's weighing in on the odds, and go to mybookie.ag or mybookie.com, and then use the promo code weighing in, and guess what? You can go ahead and get a little bit extra money from them when you use that promo code. So make sure you guys enjoy it. And you guys can thank us later in the comment section. We want to thank you guys. Also, when you guys go to our YouTube channel, hit the little bell off to the side to get the notifications to let you know when we drop our newest show. So and if you guys are following us, post our show, retweet our show, any of that stuff, tag us in it, and we will retweet it as well. And obviously comment as well. And you guys know that we appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up. That shares our videos to everyone else, and that puts us ahead of guys like DC and Helwani and the other guy named Bisbing and their
what?
Believe Me and Who and something like that, and all those other
what?
ones. Yeah, what? So make sure
Dick
you guys hit
Clark
that thumbs
and
up.
What?
Dick Clark. I love DC. Dick Clark. That's a good one. You know, and anybody else that has an MMA podcast that will hopefully put us up in there in that conversation as well, because we are the best MMA podcast. I don't want to have to say it. Other people have said it for us, but I will continue to say it because I know it's true.
There you go.